And our first main topic today gets submitted to us by Bill 4, who writes, "Hey, John and Rob. Dungeons & Dragons just added Hugh Grant and Sophia Lillis to an already pretty stacked cast. Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, I never know how to pronounce Regé's name, Regé-Jean Page, who of course is the star of one of the hottest shows in the world right now, Bridgerton, and Justice Smith from the Pokemon movie. I am now really intrigued with this project. How would you consider your excitement before and after the cast they've currently assembled?" All right, thanks a lot for sending this in, man. And yes, I have been waiting. I'm not going to lie. I have been waiting for someone else to come and take a crack at Dungeons & Dragons. Many of you guys know I am a Dungeons & Dragons player. My wife is a hardcore Dungeons & Dragons player. She even plays with the Wizards of the Coast D&D group. She game masters. She used to game master the Hasbro Dungeons & Dragons game. We're big into Dungeons & Dragons. All right, Rob, we had an entire custom table built for Dungeons & Dragons.
It's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty, John.
We love it. So I've been looking forward to this. Now, I am also a big fan of Chris Pine. So when they announced that Chris Pine was coming on board, I got really excited. I like Justice Smith, Michelle Rodriguez, but this one is really, really intriguing to me. They just announced that Hugh Grant, and I have been actually a low-key Hugh Grant fan for a lot of years. I've been a fan of Hugh Grant for a long time. I really like this dude. And they just cast him as the villain in Dungeons & Dragons. Now, also of note, they also added It actress, Sophia Lillis, and she's wonderful. I also call her the young Amy Adams, because she looks like she's Amy. Tell me this isn't Amy Adams' clone. I'm sure she was cloned from Amy Adams' DNA at some point. But apparently, they're not quite sure what role she's going to play, but Hugh Grant is going to play the villain. This obviously does increase my excitement a bit. The thing is, I was already so excited for this project, like I said, because I think the world of Dungeons & Dragons, it's a world that a screenwriter can come in and just really play around with. Now, one of the really cool things about this as well is I really like the directors they've got on board, Jonathan Goldstein and Jonathan Francis Daly, who were the directors of Game Night, which I thought Game Night was terrific. And then they were going to, Rob, if you remember, they were going to direct The Flash until Ezra Miller decided, I want them to make the movie my way. And so Goldstein and Daly said, we're out of here. And so they left. And Ezra Miller didn't get the movie he wanted made anyway. They went with somebody else's script. But, so I like the directors. I like the cast. But I'm mostly in love with the idea of them doing a movie in a Dungeons & Dragons world. I think this has a lot of potential. It could be absolutely terrible. I can't imagine it being any worse than the one they did with Jeremy Irons. But whatever. I think this is great. Rob, you hear this news? Hugh Grant's going to be the villain in a Dungeons & Dragons movie with Chris Pine leading it. What do you think about this?
Dude, I love Hugh Grant. I mean, you and I saw The Gentleman together.
Yes,
How great
we
was
did.
Hugh Grant as of kind of a villainous cad in that movie. I mean, I hope he delivers a Alan Rickman, Prince of Thieves / Die Hard take on whatever villainous character he's going to play. But I'm there for it. He
was so good. I'm so glad you brought up The Gentleman. He was so good in The Gentleman.
So good.
Really liked him in Man from U.N.C.L.E. that never got a sequel, which is terribly unfortunate about that. And of course, he was a staple of a lot of these British rom-coms too a while ago. I just love the dude. I think he's great. And again, you put it into a Dungeons & Dragons world, I am all about it. So I think this is fantastic. Again, movie might end up being bad, but at least for now, I think there's a lot of potential. Question is, guys, what do you think about this? Were you at all even interested in a Dungeons & Dragons movie at all anyway? If so, what do you think about the addition of a Hugh Grant? I think this cast is shaping up very nicely. What do you guys think? Jump down into the comment section below and leave us your thoughts. All right, guys.